Do, 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 do. Hey, butt milk. You must be freaking kidding me, dude. Not this guy. Oh, okay. Gotta get my amp. Boon illumination, crazy. Crazy value. Wait, what? Wait, what? I literally have aura reading on you. What? What do you mean that doesn't count? Am I insane? And then it marked me. Is this killer just garbage? It's the killer's fault, right? Couldn't be me. I never cope. No, but for real, what happened there? Dry Bones was like right next to me. That's so weird. I can't go over the save, sorry y'all. This is a bad place to loop too. I didn't get it. Wow. Need to get away from here. There's actually no good place to be now, is there? What's up, Chess? Snooze you laterly. Oh! Oh! Run! I feel like Boon Illumination could do more. I don't know what more it needs to do, but I just feel like it could do more. Ah, freak. What? You too, buddy. What's up, Henri? It wasn't supposed to harm the crew. It wasn't supposed to harm. Oh. Ew. Don't do that, dude. Hey, you. Hey, you. I don't know what you're doing with your hands over there, but come to the Boon. Should we work on middle gen? I don't know if there's anything that's like super high priority right now. Or we could just take him over here. Point. Oh, he has that thing. He's got that thing. He's got the thing. He's got the thing. He got the thing. The thing he got. He got that thing. What's up, Michael? You gotta chill, you can't chaos shuffle? Chaos shuffle's pretty chill, what do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, do you mind if I pick up a tool real quick? Don't fart on me. Bro. Just calmly walks away. I was gonna say not the time to do it, but like, there's no better time than now, honestly. I didn't even pay attention to my perks. They're pretty useless though. Aw, freak, I got the boon thing. Or the invocation. I might legit just not even use my perks this game. Because like the invocation, taking a no mither after we already have 2 gens done seems kind of bad. Should give survivor aura reading. That would be pretty interesting. That would definitely make it way better. I don't know if that'd be too strong, but oh god, I thought that was a breakable wall. How'd he get up there? Oh. There's a key somewhere. Ooh, play that funky music. I sold my house. My new house is gonna be ready for me on March 10th. Nice, let's go. That's sick. I feel like this guy's not using his power a lot. Coping? Worth. Worth. Hey, Golden. What's up, Kel? Happy birthday, Sid. Feels bad. Maybe if I had background player, you know? Worth a try. I gotta get this sweet, sweet tambourine value. Oh. That's unfortunate. Oh! Oh! Why is that scary TV chasing you? Because I didn't pay my cable bill. That's how they get you. Oh! Sorry. Raw. What's up, cutleries? Wow. Oh, wow. Why do you sound like you struggled with that so bad? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Whoa, I like that. Wait, did I get... Yeah, I like this charm. Never seen that one before, I don't think. I don't really pay attention to charms anymore, though, to be fair. The gnome? I don't think I've ever used the gnome. I don't use charms, to be honest. I think they look bad on Survivor. They look very... I don't know, corny. A bit corny on Survivors. Suck it. Honestly, this is exactly how you play against Singularity. You just like hard smash the EMPs. If you don't have an EMP in your hand, all you're doing is going to an EMP station and going to get another one. You ignore whatever item you have in your hand. There's no reason to have another item. It literally doesn't matter. Just always grab an EMP, always charge it before something's gonna happen. I think he has a little bit of a 3-gen here. I'm not sure. You're so troll. Did you have a Dren? I was born on the cob. I don't think I'm a very fun killer to play against. Most killers aren't, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let's be honest, in about 50% of the cases, the way you become a fun killer to play against is by being bad at the game. So, it's fine. You don't have to force yourself to be bad at the game. for other people's enjoyment. A lot of the killers who are quote-unquote fun to play against are either just throwing, like to some degree intentionally, or are playing bad, you know, having a bad game. Then there is another 50% who just kind of play fair, and they make like a pretty decent like competitive back and forth. But yeah, definitely not all the time. I saw that. I'll be fair and not tunnel or camp folks if people are being nice. Yeah, that's fair. Some people will DC against bad killers. Some killers will DC against bad teams. No way he's over there playing the tambourine. I prefer playing nice as default. I prefer just putting the pedal to the metal. Unless I just so happen to feel somewhat inclined to be nice. But I think when you go into a game thinking, oh, I'm gonna play this one very fair and nicely, it doesn't really turn out the way you would hope. Just recover, buddy. Unlucky. We gotta go. Zero hooks and I died for it. Suck it. That does feel bad though. That is really unfortunate. Do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna roll the lobby. Nico, if you're still here, did you want to join up? Sorry, Solaris, I'm just rolling that invite so you can rejoin if you want. Max gens, heals, and chase. Yeah, but your survival points leave a little to be desired, am I right? Yeah, Nico, if you want to join up. Your sacrifice is appreciated. I would even specifically avoid gen perks on top of not camping or tunneling whenever I could, and people would still complain. Yeah, that's why, you know, tuning your playstyle to how people might react in the in-game chat is definitely not worth it. And you can, yeah, you can play incredibly nice and get 4 outed, and there will still be people like, that's what you get, tunneling killer. The cope is insane. Are you gonna play the rumored Fallout 3 remaster? I'd be down. I kind of feel like it'll be trash though. I don't really have that much faith in Bethesda right now. I don't mean to be a hater. I'm not trying to say that it's impossible for them to make a good product, but like, their track record for like literally the last decade has not been very good. It's been mid at best. And I don't really have faith that they can do a good remaster, honestly. When they can't even make good new games. I don't think they can do a good job of modernizing an old game. But, I mean, if it's okay, I'll play it. Better watch that new upload of yours. What was it called? Buff Stuff OG? Yeah, Butt Stuff OG. That's right, that's right. Good call. Day 1 viewer right there. Day 1 viewer. Knows all the titles. Knows everything. Butt Stuff OG for sure. Oblivion Remastered was great. It seemed okay. But I didn't play it, so I can't really judge it. The people remastering are the same people that did the Oblivion remaster. That's fair. It might be good. I don't know. I really enjoyed Fallout 3 when I played it. I beat the game as hard as I could and played through all the DLC. Same as I did with Fallout 4. Even though Fallout 4's RPG mechanics were kind of trash. Pick my outfit. All the outfits were good. IMO. That's not the new video. The new video is Butt Stuff OG. My god, man. Is this guy not even a full-time content creator anymore? Don't you know how to do anything?
We need a new place on the computer where we can be epic mind soldiers.
And then what?
Live by the Assassin's Creed.
And then
do
what?
The most epic of legendary behavior.
And then?
I'm talking about a place that's not a website. It's not a website.
Wait, it's not? Lame Tart, thank you for subbing. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. Sorry. Dude, I have so many videos queued now. I'm not playing. I'm trying to avoid horror slop for a little bit, guys. With that in mind, I don't have any variety specifically planned tonight. I like what you did, but I like Cutlery's better. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the way Cutlery's described it better. But I appreciate you for updating that, nonetheless. Oh. He was down there that whole time, dude. That's straight up unreal, dude. I have the Rick Grimes perk. The pallet putback perk. It's honestly not very good in this mode. Needs like a very specific build to be more viable. Starstruck, say. Got Fallout 4 recently, can't stop playing. Haven't played since release. I had it on console. I really enjoyed Fallout 4, but it's not a good, like, role-playing RPG. It's an action RPG with survival elements. And the main quest kind of sucks. Side quests are better than the main quest, which is crazy. Wow, he still got that. If I had quick and quiet, I could have lucky starred there. Oh, there's no pallet. Unlucky. This is Chaos Shuffle. You're welcome to join if you want to. I don't know if I have you added yet. Lame-o. I have 800 hours in Fallout 4 or something, all unmodded. I have a lot of hours too. Now I kind of want to check. Pretty sure you have more hours than me though. But I'm not big on modding games, honestly. Because the times that I've modded games, I felt like I had to like fight the game to like work correctly, which is kind of annoying. Rather just play base content if that's how it's gonna be. I don't love leaking out of my butt against an Oni, but you know. Eating though? Oh yeah, no rush. But if you want to, lobbies will be open. Put hundreds of hours in Fallout 4 and never finished the main quest. Honestly, the main quest isn't even... It's nothing special. It's really nothing special. There are parts of it that were cool. But overall, there's like one side quest in particular from that whole game. It's like one of the only the quests that I remember like at all. Actually, I remember a few of like the companion quests that were kind of cool. But there's one side quest in particular in this area where I thought I had seen basically everything on the entire map. I was like convinced that there was nothing left. And then I stumbled into this area and it was legit like my favorite. It's my favorite quest in the entire game. But I don't want to like describe it or anything. Like I wouldn't want to spoil it. Oh, I'm dead. That side wasn't open. Ooh. Ooh. Bro, crouching is this guy's mortal enemy. Ooh. Watch. 3, 2. He's so embarrassed right now. Yeah, I'm sure the new Divinity will be great. Larian is super consistent, I agree. What? Hard to disagree, honestly, knowing their track record. Everybody says Far Harbor is really good. I don't know why. I don't remember a lot about it. I'm not saying that it was bad, but like the way I've heard people talking about Far Harbor more recently is that it's better than the main game. Which I'm not disputing necessarily. I'm just like, I personally don't remember it. I mean, I remember like certain parts of it I think were kind of cool, but I definitely didn't glaze it as hard as I hear people glazing it recently. Mod of the Ari remakes Marvel. Wait, Marvel Rivals? You can mod Marvel Rivals and not get banned? I feel like you get permit on that game for modding it. I definitely tried modding Fallout 4 for a little bit. Like the sim settlements and stuff like that. Ultimately, it was a mixture of like... It was a mixture of like, I could have blast mined that. It was a mixture of like, this is too annoying to like get set up. Coupled with... When I actually did get it set up, it didn't feel like it was adding so much enjoyment that I was like, oh boy, I'm so glad I did this. It was more like, oh, this is fine. Because mods are always going to be super hit or miss. But you know what never misses? When you slap some fat titties on Claire Redfield and goon all night while you rerun the Resident Evil 2 campaign over and over again like a true American patriot. Or a giant Leon Schlong, or both, depending on your preference. Sure. Why not all the above? Give Leon a tramp stamp. Like the slut he is. Little slutty man. Kick it. Kick it, you little slut. Yeah, you're a little bad boy kicker, aren't you? If Leon doesn't have a canonical tramp stamp in RE9, I don't want it. Now that's the correct opinion. There aren't many opinions these days that are 100% correct, but that is one of them. Might get us that last gen. We'll take it, brother. Oof. Now this is pod racing. GF. Let's go, Nico. Do we roll it? We'll roll it. Try again. Anybody going to the 10th anniversary party in Montreal? You're debating it? Crazy. Fluffy, we'll get you in next game. It's only 7 hours away. Oh, worth? Whole tech. What do you guys think is your favorite event of the events that repeat? Like including the yearly whatever. I think Chaos Shuffle's in my top 3. I can't even think of the other ones. The Halloween one is fine. Winter one's fine. Anniversary event tends to be kind of fun. You miss Lights Out? You might be the only one, Fluffy. I think 99% of the Dead by Daylight population has forgot that that game mode even happened. The thing with Lights Out is that it didn't really like add any new mechanics. They tried adding new mechanics with like the candles or whatever. I don't think I even played during that time frame, but it didn't appear to be any better than the OG. Twitter comments are either why not 2v8 or where's Lights Out? I don't know. I think Lights Out's pretty mid. But I don't find Dead by Daylight to be scary in like 99% of situations. It can be. Like we played a hag earlier and like I haven't played a hag in so long that I hit a trap and I got jump scared. But like for the most part, it's not. It's not. I think 2v8's mid. I think it's fine, but like probably overhyped. But I do think like the next iteration of it will be good. Because they're like changing killer elements, they're adding a new killer, and they're adding a new survivor class. So there will be a decent chunk of new content. Destroys the queues. It kind of does, you're not wrong. I thought she would have hooked like way sooner. Okay. I completely misunderstood what was gonna happen there. I thought for sure, I thought she saw us. I thought she was gonna go straight back to that gen and then kick it, and then I just like walk around the corner and finish it. You're a troll. You're trolling, dude. That's not funny. You're trolling. Where's Artisan Houndmaster? You mean in 2v8? Someone had to finish the gen. I need to like pre-flip these pallets because I have life. And I guess it doesn't matter, we're just out in the wide open against the nurse. Hashtag delete nurse. I don't think she's a problem, honestly. Because like 90% of the player base can't actually play her well. That includes me, by the way. I'm not trying to sound like cocky or anything. But legitimately the majority of the player base doesn't know how to play her, so she's not that scary. Overall, I think this is the 10%. Well, yeah. Although if you run her in the house, it might be different. I've only ran her like literally out in the middle of nowhere with blood flavor. So I don't really know. .15 nurse with 7 blinks. Crazy. Our ideas of balanced and unbalanced early on in this game were absolutely absurd. Nobody had a sense of anything. But then again, fresh release in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they thought it would be okay to have a perk that let you stun somebody for like 20 seconds. Like, bro, have you ever looked at a watch before and just watch 20 seconds click down? Are you aware of the time frame? Why did I... Oh, leader. The instant camaraderie, right? Seeing camaraderie at all is crazy. Oh, that's so unlucky. Wow, that connects. I accept. I didn't need to make that play. Huh? Didn't I time it right? Oh. We roll it. Is there anybody who hasn't gotten in tonight? I don't think there will be, but I just wanted to double check just in case. No Fluffy wanted to get back in. I want to play with a different fit. Surely I have something better for Toledo. What? Just need her blinks to start recharging after she's done hacking out her lung. I don't really think there's any issues with Nurse with her current balance. I would actually argue that she doesn't... If people are still rating her as the best killer in the game, they probably need to stop doing that. Unless you're talking about, like... Again, you have to be talking about... Maybe if you're specifically referring to the top, like, whatever % of people who just play her all the time, then yeah, she could be the best in the killer at the game with the best person playing her possible. But if you're talking about the general population of Dead by Daylight, there are definitely stronger killers than her. Her potential is high, but her... I mean, her stealing is really high, but her floor is also super low. Like, really, really low. So I would argue if you're making a tier list that just fits the majority of the population of Dead by Daylight and not like the upper 10%, then she's not the strongest killer in the game. Is Kaneki still hated? I don't know. Honestly, I feel like for the majority of the player base, I think like Kaneki could be stronger than Nurse. That's like a good first example. Again, if I'm not saying the 1% best, I'm talking about the average of the player base are going to be able to do way better on Ghoul and make people way more miserable than an average Nurse player, especially if they're on a map that's bad for Nurse, and Kaneki doesn't really have as many bad maps. Pay to win squid trash. Haddonfield is really good for Nurse if people are playing toward the middle. If people play in the houses and it's not a good Nurse, and she wastes her time around the houses, she gets destroyed. But I definitely didn't do that. I was in the middle of the map like 50% of the game. I made a lot of bad choices in that game. It's out in a couple of days. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, you know what I would want? I would want one of those like limited time, like 1 day long event things where you can choose to only play on Haddonfield, but I don't want to play on new Haddonfield. I want to play old Haddonfield. It's not ruined. Wonder what it is. Yeah, I would say Ghoul is probably better for the general population. Dracula is probably better than Nurse for the general population. Not Vecna, he's too complicated. Vecna has like a high skill ceiling, but then the payoff is not as good as it would be for like a Nurse. But I feel like you have to put in a similar-ish amount of time to like fully understand him. Where was the totem that procced? Something procced right at the beginning of the game. Also, where did the zombie go? Oh. Does Undying proc off of... It does proc off of dulls, doesn't it? Vecna 1 or 2? Oh, 2 is... Or wait, sorry, 1. I'm gonna have to, like, teach myself to call the new Vecna Creel. The new Vecna, aka Creel, is not gonna be... I don't think has, like, an insanely high skill ceiling. I think he's pretty easy to pick up. Depending on how he comes out and how quickly people get used to him, Vecna could be... Or Creel could be stronger than Nurse in, like, an average player tier list. He has Insidious. Wild. This one, the game was dark too. It would be cool to go back to like some of the OG versions of the map, but I'm pretty sure that would make the game explode code-wise. I don't think there's any way for them to revert to that level. 2 window shack. Hell no. I just want the spookier maps. I like these loops way better for the most part because you actually have to try. The old loops would be so boring to go back to. Who else would be better than Nurse for the average population? Now, I'm definitely not saying like Wraith would be better than Nurse. You know, there's still tons of killers that like, but there's definitely a class of killers that I think for the average population end up being better than her because people just, myself included, don't put enough time into her to be good enough to get full value. Nemesis? I don't think Nemesis is better than Nurse, no. He takes too long to build up. Maybe Wesker, but I don't really think so because if we would have been talking about old Wesker, like before he got nerfed, when he still had like insane slowdowns and he had all of his old advantages, you could maybe argue it for the general population. But you also have to think that like if you want to like min-max Wesker and get really good at him, you gotta start like learning techs and stuff, which are like, wow. I don't know if that was intentional. If it was, you're insane. Oh my god, what is happening? Brother, I just outplayed myself super hard there. Yeah, old Wesker maybe, current Wesker, no, I don't think so. Like, it's not gonna be a ton of killers because Nurse can still literally go through walls and subvert the entire game. But maybe Wesker, I don't know. I just think Wesker probably has like, obviously not as much as Nurse, but has a little bit of a skill ceiling too. There's a lot of people that just like overuse his power or underuse his power. Wraith being OP because he's literally invisible, by the way. Most of the killers who have to like hardcore abide by like the normal rules of the game are not, they're never gonna be better than Nurse because they just don't, you know, they don't do enough. Well, yeah, the two that come to mind immediately are... Is he just sitting down here with Insidious? Doesn't he have Insidious? I don't know where the exits are. Oh, there's one. If you can actually loot them and they have to land an M1, they don't beat Nurse. Yeah, that's why Creel has the potential to be better than Nurse because his power is easier to hit and probably easier to learn, and it ignores pallets. And that's where I think he's just overall really easy to play, high mobility, etc., etc. Can't land my punishments. They're tough. Hold on, I want to look at the killers real quick just to think about it. I don't know. Dracula might be pushing it, but I think Dracula for the general population could be better. There's not many though. Like Old Spirit, you could say, maybe. Yeah, there's not really that many. I would have said Singularity, but now I don't really. I've played against some good Singularities, but feels like if you just spam EMPs. Yeah, actually, there's not really that many. Crossu on release. I think Crossu on release was better than Nurse. Ghoul and Dracula, I think, are the most realistic for, like, the general population. Probably because they're recent and they haven't gotten, like, beaten with a stick, you know? Wesker already got tuned down, but maybe before that last nerf, he could have been okay. And you start to get into the weeds with, like, killers that can potentially kind of break the game with, like, Pyramid Head or Artists, but then you have to start saying, like, well, you probably have to put in a decent amount of time to actually learn these killers too. And at that point, if you put equal time into a Nurse, are you not getting the similar or maybe even better out of the Nurse? Well, yeah, we're not going to lie and say, like, Legion is better than Nurse or whatever, you know? Nurse obviously still does things really well. It's why it's like, if you really just want to be straight up lazy, you could still just forever say that Nurse is going to be the best killer, but, like, she's been nerfed so much, dude. It's just not as true. It's not as much of a layup as it used to be. But again, she's like, yeah, she's better than Houndmaster, Springtrap, Vecna, Unknown, etc., etc. No doubt about that. But the thing that makes her just slightly worse than certain killers for the general population really is that skill ceiling. And such a low skill floor. Like, dude, if you see, like, the absolute newest players trying to play her, it is just, it's so painful. Or you watch me play her, as an example. It'd be so bad. She is not easy at all to start learning. Is that the drip guy? Who's the drip guy? Dude, what now? You guys still want to play? How we feeling? Temperature check. You dog. Oh, you old dog. You old dog. If you guys want to do variety also, we can do something. But I don't know if I want to do horror slop tonight. Because you know I like turning those horror slop games into videos. And I'm trying to wind down a lot of the games that I've already finished. And get them on out of here. So I can focus on other stuff. You did a vid a while back about DBD drip. Oh yeah. I think it was in like, dude, was that like 5 years ago now? That might be 4 or 5 years ago. Good on you for remembering. The drip. Head to toe. Drip. I've been subbed for a hot minute on YouTube. Oh yeah, you might notice my main channel doesn't have a Dead by Daylight on it anymore. Some of the old videos are on a separate DVD channel now, but a lot of them are not. Are not, brother. But yeah, I remember that video. Cross was still very good and she's easy to use. I agree. But I think to call her current state better than Nurse would be a little hard to argue. I mean, if you really wanted to, you might be able to. You could argue it. Because I do think she's definitely easier to pick up than Nurse is. That's no doubt about that. Has high mobility. She has fast kill potential. She technically has slowdowns with her projectile. Like, you know, slows survivors down if they have to go find mushrooms. So there's space to argue there, for sure. But on release, she was insane, man. Like, I'm not a good killer player, but when I was playing her, like, unironically, every single game, there's 1 to 2 survivors disconnecting. Because she absolutely just pub stomped everyone. It was like, as soon as you were marked, you're just basically dead. What happened to them? I moved them over to a separate channel, a separate DVD channel, because Dead by Daylight is not what I would call my, well, it's not my main source of revenue, and it's not my main game anymore. I still play it for fun. Mostly just hang out with chat, you know, catch up with people, get games with everybody. But it's, yeah, all the old ones, or most of the old ones are on a separate channel. And there will be like a slow drip of newer stuff on that channel, but it's mostly just gonna be like really lazy content, if I'm being honest. Like stream highlights, no music, low editing. I can do looping compilations and stuff like that, or like very lazy edits of new content when it comes out. But actually, I did have one video that I kind of wanted to do. It's like legitimately the first video that I wanted to do for fun for Dead by Daylight in a long time, which is going back over survivor perks that could be buffed to make them like usable or fun. Because I have like, I literally just for fun went through like the entire list and came up with ideas. Yeah, Yerv by Daylight's the second channel. Hey Biddy, how are you doing? Use them for background noise while I sleep. I think a lot of people do that, actually. I use long YouTube videos to go to sleep too, so I respect it. I will, I'll put some more out this year for sure, because they're not that hard to do, especially now that I have a new system. They were difficult. They were technically difficult before, just because my rendering software would always fight me to upload stuff and make it really, really difficult to just do the most basic things. But now I have a much better system that it's like way easier to get out longer videos. But speaking of which, I rendered like a 5-hour one today. I rendered the Sleep Awake playthrough because I don't know. It didn't end up on YouTube. It just kind of like fell into dust and I forgot about it. I didn't edit it though. I was like, I'm not going through this and editing 5 hours of this. There's certain videos where I'm just gonna like call it and be like, nah, I'm not gonna. I'm not putting in that effort. They're either gonna get put up as they are, or they're just gonna get deleted. Speaking of which, I was planning to put up like a longer video of just like some of the like mid or more sloppish horror games we played. But I somehow managed to like accidentally delete the folder that they were in. It was like 3 hours worth of like mid-ass horror games that I was just gonna stick together in a clump. But they're gone now, so don't worry. I don't know how, I literally have no clue how I managed to delete those. Bro, what's the strat, brother? And he walks away, man. Hit and run, brother. I'm a hit and run, brother. He's gonna get me because I'm not gonna be paying attention. Oh, there he is. No, that's not the right thing. Murder House is coming back in 4 days. Oh. I kept pushing it back in the schedule because there's a lot of like newer stuff that's coming out. But I promised, and I'm sticking by the promise, that I'm not gonna push back the release of it anymore. It's coming out on the 20th, whenever that is. Oh, I don't make anything, I don't think. Oh, wow. I am not sure where I'm going. Oh, I'm dead. Did not come back fast enough. Did you finally put back all your old YouTube videos? I want to say like 95% of the old Dead by Daylight videos are up now. I'm not sure how many on the main channel haven't gone up yet, because I kind of like filtered them in between the new stuff. I feel like he's gonna come back to this. Okay, I'm wrong. Oh, I did make a slight change to the Murder House video. I remember doing this now. I edited like one frame of it to blur out some gore so that hopefully it won't get age restricted and people will actually see it pop up on recommended. Sorry for the horror purists out there, but I edited out the that scene of the reporter getting her head cut off, so I'm pretty sure that's what triggered the age restriction. Yeah, it's a shame about Sniper Killer. I lost that playthrough. I don't have that playthrough anymore, unfortunately. I could go back and replay it at some point, but I'm not like rushing to replay a lot of those horror games because I already like remember them. I want to put a little bit of distance between them. Okay, I know what add-ons he's running, but I can't think of it. And I was not expecting him to actually have that. It's like Ghost or something? I like the Myers jump scare videos. Those are back up. All the Myers jump scare videos are back up. Yerv is pee pee poo poo at this game. True. You're not wrong. I don't even know what that perk is. I want to check it, but I feel like the second I check it. Collective stealth. That's actually one of the perks that I wrote down for the DVD video I want to do that needs to change. See right here? What are we doing? Okay. For sure, for sure. My suggestion for collective stealth was to not make it, to not force people to have to be within like a certain radius of each other the entire time, because it literally does not make sense if you're giving two people stealth abilities to have them literally play within what, like 12 meters of each other. Like, you're doing it to hide your scratch marks, but if you do that, you make each other way easier to spot, because you're literally running with two different people in the same area. Like, yes, technically you have eliminated the issue of scratch marks, but you've also created the issue that you're running right next to somebody else just to maintain stealth. Technically, that you're losing because it's easier to spot two people together and less efficient for them to be together. Almost didn't hit that. The gen perk from the alien lady, the silent running. Oh, Lightfoot? You didn't say gen perk. I don't know why I added the word gen. It included no scratch marks. I think that would be too busted. You can always just run lightweight with it. Lightweight is insanely good. Light-footed was not one of those that made the list for me. Always forget that perk. It's actually very solid now. I was gonna say in my opinion, but I think it's just objectively solid. It's just a lot of people don't run stealth perks. That's about it. People don't really want to run stealth because in the rotation of the game, stealth is the least essential part of playing this game. There's not actually any direct reason to run stealth perks. You could argue that in a lot of cases, especially in solo queue, you just hinder your team by running stealth or deception style perks. So people just kind of forget that they exist unless they get forced to use them in Chaos Shuffle or something like that. I feel like lightweight should reduce falling stagger. Nah, if they reduce falling stagger on something, it's got to be like its own perk. Because as soon as you introduce something that would like potentially work really well in tandem with balanced landing, you have to be really careful. I'm not saying 10% is gonna like blow the game apart, but like back when balanced landing reduced stagger by 100%, and was an exhaustion perk, obviously, it was insane. Guys, can we open? I'm a little worried. Well, I guess you heal really fast. We should be fine. I just wasn't sure if he was following me. Has the added fall stagger reduction. Yeah, but it's only the one that happened. Wait, does it still have it? Regardless, it would only happen while you're not exhausted. So then if you add something like 10% is not like a number that's gonna make a lot of difference, but if you added like 50% and then you could have somebody like potentially rerunning like stagger loops, like 2-story loops, then it gets a little funky to the point where the devs maybe have to reconsider like changing entire loops just because that anti-stagger exists. Like they released Haddonfield and Hawkins, and Old Balance Landing was still in the game, and it was problematic. Would anybody be willing to step out for a game to get Dry Bones in? Because Scooter and Dry Bones are an iconic duo. Yeah, Balance Landing on old... Thank you, Fluffy. Balance Landing on old Haddonfield was disgusting. And it was busted on Hawkins, too. I remember running it on Hawkins. I already... Was it just for the PTB? I don't know. I just had the sense that, like, on Hawkins it was going to be so bad. There are so many spots you could use it on Hawkins. And rerun stuff just constantly. GG's Fluffy. Thanks for joining. But yeah, collective stealth is one of them for sure. I don't know, even though I don't play Dead by Daylight as much, I still like thinking about like builds and stuff. Speaking of which, if I keep playing, I think I might hop off of Chaos Shuffle because I kind of feel like I want to play with actual builds. Self-preservation was the reason I like came up with the idea for this video in the first place. When I say idea from this for this video, I don't mean it's like anything revolutionary. It's just like something I would enjoy talking about. Self-pres, I would take all the numbers and push them up. I can't look at the perks right now, unfortunately, because of this cube, but self-pres activates when another survivor gets downed. It needs longer activation time, and it needs a wider range. Corrective action is that perk with Jonah that prevents another survivor on your gen from missing a skill check. We need to change that so that it also prevents misses for yourself, but it uses 2 stacks instead of 1. Aftercare should preserve at least 1 aura all game. You can lose the additional stacks of it, but the first aftercare that gets applied should apply for the entirety of the game. Babysitter, I don't know if this is already true, but if not already, Babysitter needs to apply haste also to the hook saver and give the unhooked survivor full elusive, which is basically hiding everything, grunts, scratch marks, aura, etc. Better Together should reveal gen progress to other survivors, so that somebody can tell when somebody has Better Together and on the gen and how close they are to finishing it. So if they look at the UI and they look at you, they can literally tell, like, oh, that's the person with Better Together. And also Better Together should build up to potentially 1%, 2%, or 3% of additional gen speed for yourself, for other survivors, after they have worked on the gen with you for 15 to 20 seconds. So it wouldn't be an immediate bonus, but you draw people in, and if they work on the gen for you for long enough, then you get a little bit of a bonus for them being there, and it's easier for them to tell that you're on it. Better than new. I really like this idea because I've had it for a long time. I've wanted this to be a thing because I think it would make buff perks just be better in general. Better than new should highlight any survivors that you buffed with a white aura. So it's essentially giving you aura reading on them, but it only lasts as long as they still have the buff, which I think goes away as soon as they get hit. So it would buff those survivors in white, and then the survivor who buffed the other character with better than new would get a 250 BP bonus and a ping sound every time a buff survivor completes an action in the buff category. So if you heal somebody, give them better than new, and then they go off and heal somebody else or open a chest or whatever the other things are, and they get a bonus off of that thing, you should get 250 points and know that you helped them do the buff thing, you know? You know what I'm saying? So you actually feel the impact of your, like, support play. And I think that same idea should work for leader. Leader should highlight everyone within its distance in white. And if they do anything that is affected by leader values, you should get a BP bonus for having buffed them. So again, that you actually know that the buffing perks do something, because then that opens, if buff perks start to be better, then you can actually open up more buff perks to be in the game and start building out like a decent class of perks. You know that lady that's calculating math meme? Does anybody even know what I'm talking about when I talk about these perks? Or is this only literally just interesting to me? Because I'll just stop yapping if so. Solarius is the only one who knows. Scooter probably knows. Folks who still play, I know that it's a smaller percentage of people who still play. But the problem is also that a lot of these perks are so rarely used, and I'm not explaining what they do, so a lot of you, I know what all these perks are just by looking at the name and looking at my notes for them, but a lot of you might not, because obviously you've made a good mental health decision to not play the game as much anymore. Okay, let's see. By the way, this might be full ego or cope, but I legitimately think you can make 90% of these changes in the game, and they would not hurt the game, you know? Probably overall would be a positive. Some of them are maybe pushing it a little too far, but I think for the most part, most of them are pretty reasonable because these perks are used so little. Blood Rush might be an example of one that's not. I think for Blood Rush, you should remove the conspicuous penalty . And for people who don't know, the conspicuous penalty is when you like touch a generator, you heal somebody, blah, 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 blah. Basically, it makes that perk go away. But I just argue because that perk requires literally that you have an exhaustion perk and you take a chase within a certain time frame of getting unhooked, I think it shouldn't have conspicuous. I think you should be able to do whatever and still be able to get your exhaustion back. And I think the use time of it should be boosted to either 90 seconds or 120 seconds. This might be my survivor main showing though. And again, for people who don't know, Blood Rush is the perk that makes it so you can basically press a button and get your exhaustion back. Like refresh your exhaustion, but it only procs after you get unhooked. And it's only in a certain time window. So I'm saying boost the time to 90 to 120 seconds, remove conspicuous so that you can actually do things, and I even say remove the endgame penalty so you can use it in endgame too. Because you also have to think about it this way. The only thing that perk means is that the very maximum use, you get to use exhaustion 2 more times. But you also have to be fully healed to even use Blood Rush, unless they changed it and I just haven't been thinking about it. I'm pretty sure you have to be fully healed too. There's like just enough contingencies where, like, in my mind, Blood Rush is just so rarely used that you would have to like majorly kick it in the ass to make it usable and make people actually equip it consistently. I feel like he's gonna have traps all around here. Oh, he's definitely trapping everything around there. Oh, that's not good. Remember what we said about Solarius always getting camped? I can't get there. And he would have been facing me too. Sorry, not camped. He gets tunneled. He gets tunneled, guys. Come on, know your terminology. The hard tunnel. Yeah, that's crazy. If he sees me here, he's hacking. Still pissed that Iron Will is an exhaustion perk. Yeah, it's a little weird. I didn't suggest any changes for Iron Will in my changes though. Dude, he's hard committing to this strat. Good God, man. Oh, that's awkward. I'm walking slowly. Whoa! Oh, he's going back. I thought I actually convinced him to stop camping and tunneling, but it was not true. My problem with aftercare also does the aura after healing. Wait, what? With what perk specifically did you have a problem with? It wasn't me. Okay, so yeah, hard buff Blood Rush because nobody uses it. I would argue for camaraderie. Right now it only pauses the hook timer if somebody is right next to you. On struggle state, I would argue you could do it on first hook as well. I don't see why not. If you're getting camped, you're getting camped, you know? And nobody uses camaraderie. And my thing also was like, camaraderie is really only used in like comp. And I've heard that it's decent in comp, but if that's an issue, just ban it. Competitive BBD has the advantage of just like banning perks that are maybe unhealthy in that scenario. Oh, better than new? Well, the thing is with better than new is that, I mean, you could argue that it would be similar to aftercare, but better than new would not provide a reciprocal aura. So both parties would not see the aura. And And the aura would get erased as soon as the survivor gets hit because they lose their buff. But if, again, if that would be an issue, then you could just say they maintain the aura for 30 to 60 seconds and then it goes away. But you still get a pop-up every time the survivor does something, just so you're aware that your buff did something. The buff's actually showing you that they mattered is what is important to me in my gamer brain. Because I like playing support and I like, you know, buffing other players, but I like for it to actually have an impact and matter. And there's plenty of games where you're playing support and you can actually tell what's going on. But if you're talking about like things like Better Than New and Leader, for the most part, there's no freaking way you can actually tell if what you did had any impact on the game. That's unlucky. Better Than New could work like a brand new part, but for healing. You know what's funny is I thought about that idea that you could have a perk or maybe like a medkit add-on that was like brand new part except for healing like on one specific survivor. Like you could just shave off the need to heal, like you would only need to heal them like 95 or 90%. Which probably sounds scary to some killer players, but like 5 to 10% is totally meaningless in the grand scheme of things. It's only enough to just feel a little bit better as survivor. Because if you think about it, like 5 to 10% is only saving like a couple of seconds, maybe 2 to 3 seconds at most, I want to say. But it's enough that it would be cool to do. I ran the complete wrong way. The complete wrong way. I'm not gonna make it. I just didn't want to run this way because like the basement is here, but help! Man, I had freaking the basement self-care perk too, and I never got to use it because he was camping the basement. Yeah, Sam, you missed a basement camping trapper, your favorite. It would be cool if there are classes for survivors, and based on the class, you get a perk pool to make a build from. But for that, they would need to buff a lot of perks that are useless to define as 4 classes. Yeah, maybe they could do something like that. I mean, they do already have a class system in 2v8 that they're pretty regularly expanding on, so why did I say GG twice? But it's not a bad idea. And there could be room for like another game mode like that. I don't think classes would fit into the base game of Dead by Daylight, but there could be a separate mode for it. Anybody want to join up? We have spots if you guys want to. And if you feel like no more DBD or whatever, just let me know what you guys are thinking. Oh, no worries, Dry Bones. Gotta make food. No worries. Enjoy. Sam's favorites. Play TFT. What are you on? Are you drunk? You can see an impact in the UI though. Getting extra points when they finish would be nice. Yeah, I just think the dopamine hit of like buffing somebody, and then even if they just like go cleanse a totem or like, you know, they go open a chest and you hear just like a bling and it pops up and it's like, you're the best, you know, like one of those scoring events is just like, you're the best, and you get even, you know, like 200, 250 BP, you're still like, My perk got value! Yeah! Can we do regular? Sure. Yeah, I'm down for that. Been doing chaos for a while. Dang, regular has killer BP. Crazy! The only problem with this is I do not at all remember. I started putting like perk builds on people, but like I have no clue who has what. I don't know. Hilarious. If you want to rejoin, we're just playing norms. But if you're not down for norms, that's fine too, obviously. Ooh, I want to run this. I like the farming pharmacy med kit. Done for tonight, no worries. All right, last call if anybody else wants to join. Clutch underused vault. That vault's good. It's honestly good. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's very solid for looping that building. Okay, I know that not everybody is interested in this, but I'm still reading again the whole logic behind making this video is because it's interesting to me, even if it's not interesting to other people. So I'm going to continue yapping about perks and stats you guys probably don't care about. Clairvoyance, which shows you the auras of stuff around you like a map after you cleanse a totem. It should have double the current use time. I think the use time right now is like 12 to 16 seconds. It should be 24 to 32. Because it's just not used and it has very limited use. And it should also make cleansing totems 5% faster. Because why not? You know, it's a totem cleansing perk. Nobody's going to use it either way. Even if you update that, people still won't use it. Just throw it in there. Cut loose, I think you should increase the max use time to 8 seconds. That might be insane, but I don't think anybody really uses cut loose, and I honestly don't think that if cut loose got changed that people would still use it. So crank it up to 8 seconds and see if anybody uses it in their build ever. While this perk is active, your rush vaults are silent for up to 6 seconds, and successfully performing a rush vault during this time resets the timer. Yeah, it's not a... It sounds like it could be scary, but it really just is not super usable, to be honest. Doesn't do as much as you might think. Detective's hunch should allow the effects. That one reveals stuff on the map after a gen finishes. Should allow the effects to be stored in a map again, or you need to double the effect time. It's either gotta be something that transfers its auras to like maps or keys, or it needs to have double the effect time, because it just really doesn't do that much, and there are better perks for doing exactly what it does. Invocation of Crows is the one where every time a killer disrupts a crow, it shows their aura for 2 seconds. Very simple update. I think it just needs to go up to 3, because nobody's using, like, it's probably one of the least used perks in the entire game. Nobody uses that perk. So to convince people to actually use it, I think it needs to go up to 3 seconds. I'm not saying it needs to be busted, but it needs to be usable. We doing variety? I mean, I don't have any plans for variety, to be honest, because I don't want to do any horror slop. And also, I don't think most people want to do anomaly stuff. So I don't know if any of my variety ideas would even be appealing to people. You know what I mean? I have some ideas, but not like strong ideas. Because like the next thing I want to play is Atomfall, and I'm not going to start Atomfall today. Want to raid arcs? I don't know. I really honestly don't know. My thing is with arc raiders is not that I don't... It's not that I think that I wouldn't have fun playing it. It's that I don't know if the fun that I would get out of it would be equivalent to like the worth of changing the stream to that. I don't know if what I said just makes sense, but like I'm saying I don't know if the fun that I would get out of it, I don't know if Arc Raiders is really that interesting to watch. And so if I was just sitting here grinding it, yes, I could do that, but like I could also grind a lot of games that I want to grind, you know, that aren't necessarily that interesting to chat. So why would it even need to be Arc Raiders? You know what I mean? Yes, it is. It's interesting to you because you play Arc all the time and you're just currently addicted to it. But to a general group of people, I don't know. Like, I can watch a little bit of Arc, but like, because I'm from the outside looking in, it's not really... I wonder what he has. Is that Apex muffler or something? To the general audience, I don't think it's that interesting to watch. You know? It's very looting heavy. If you're running solos and playing friendly, it's really not that interesting at all, in my opinion. It's just very dull. Duos and threes are kind of interesting, but like, you know, overall it's... Oh, a DC dude. That's okay. It happens. Don't worry about it. That's literally any game. Well, yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really see like a strong incentive to play Arc. Because if I was saying like I just want to go play a game that I personally think I would have fun playing right now, I probably would want to go play like Hellclock or Atomfall. Also knowing the fact that like those games might not be super interesting to people watching. It would be more just like, hey, I want to play these games and I'm agreeing to stream them because I only play games while I stream anyways, you know what I mean? Jonah bot's trolling me. I'm vibing with talking about perks and stuff. I like talking about them. Like, legitimately, I don't even know why I get interested in stuff. And like, I'm kind of far removed from DVD now, but like, when I think about things like that would make Survivor perks, because like I play Survivor with the stream every Friday, basically, you know? So like, if there is something that could make a wider range of perks usable so I could have more builds and kind of like more variety, that's like fun to think about for me. Bro, I'm so lucky he didn't notice my flower trail. That's so funny. My very obvious flower trail. This is such a pay-to-lose skin. I'm gonna be looking away and he's gonna absolutely destroy me. Pacing is such that there's a decent amount of downtime for yapping with chat, and I picked up the game because Sid seemed like she was having fun streaming it, even after we were done with everything. Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't get the feeling that Arc Raiders is fun to watch. Unless you're somebody who has already addicted to Arc Raiders. And then, like, yeah, of course, it's, like, inherently fun to watch. Whereas, I think, like, Dead by Daylight, because it's easier to understand, is, like, you guys are gonna probably hate me for saying that, but I think Dead by Daylight, for a general audience that hasn't played either game, is more interesting to watch than Arc Raiders. Because and also because as much downtime as you say Arc Raiders has, I would argue that during that downtime, you also need to be like paying attention to where the robots are, paying attention to what loot you're grabbing, paying attention if there's other raiders who are around you that are potentially going to kill you. You know, making sure that you heal, making sure that you shield, doing all this upkeep. So you do technically have downtime where you can chat. But if you were to one-to-one compare it to Survivor, like on Dead by Daylight, like I don't think those are even like anywhere near comparable. Like, and especially with the amount of, at least in my case, like the amount of muscle memory that I have on this game, I could practically play this game with my eyes closed and just talk to chat, or play it with my eyes just completely focused on chat. Yeah, DBD Survivor does. I don't know, I just... You know what? We can do a poll for funsies. I mean, it might be biased, but I mean, it probably will be biased. There you go. There's a 10-minute poll. Just pure curiosity. If you feel like voting, you can. What do you think is more interesting to watch? Is it Dead by Daylight or is it Arc Raiders? Because honestly, if like the majority of you said Arc Raiders, I'd boot it up right now. You know? Because I have no problems with like trying a game I've never tried. Especially if you guys think it would be fun, because the Friday streams are just for the hangout, especially. Like, I'm down to do whatever, as long as we collectively agree that whatever we're doing is, you know, enjoyable. Make enough alt accounts in 10 minutes. Like, I get that Sid's like super addicted to Arc Raiders, but I just don't think it hits the same for like a general audience. I would even argue that, like, I mean, this is a different type of game, but I think people would be more interested in seeing like Marvel Rivals as an example than Arc Raiders. I can almost 100% guarantee that people would rather see Marvel Rivals. Oh, I'm dead. I don't know how I reach you, Dingle Donger. I don't believe that I can, but I don't think she's gonna give up on Hook. Yeah, the poll's up. Yeah, so far, the vast majority. I mean, again, it is a DVD stream, so like, you know, there would be a little bit of bias if I was already on Arc Raiders. There would probably be more of a population of people who are going to say like, hey, I enjoy Arc Raiders more than Dead by Daylight. But I will vote in solidarity. Like, some people are voting for Arc Raiders just because they like feel bad, or they want to, you know, like, you know, be contrarian. What? 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 I don't know. That was weird. That was really weird. That was very weird. Yeah, Sid straight up getting pity votes, let's be real. But yeah, I mean, maybe but guys, think about it this way. I don't have to play Dead by Daylight. I mean, I do play it like for my personal enjoyment because I think it's like a good stream game on Fridays to hang out with everybody, but I don't have to play this game. I don't have to say I like it. But from a viewing perspective, I would almost say objectively, Dead by Daylight is more watchable than Arc Raiders. I think a name got censored. I don't know. I think they were being weird. Report that person. I don't really know what they were saying or implying. They were definitely being weird, but I don't know what I don't know. I didn't see enough to throw a report out. Okay, I'm feeling like DVD wins this one though, right? DVD wins the poll. Yeah, DVD wins. DVD wins the poll. Like if I was to be on a game right now, would the majority of you want to see Dead by Daylight or Arc Raiders? Because I could go either way. And again, if it was in reverse and 9 people said Arc Raiders and only 3 said DVD, I'd install the game right now and hop on, give it a try. But again, this stream is Fridays especially are half and half for me and you guys. And I'm not at all saying that Arc Raiders is a bad game, but I don't think it's insanely watchable. I want to see Overwatch. I'm never playing Overwatch. I would play Marvel Rivals. I'm never playing Overwatch. That game is washed. Game is ass. Ugh! Ugh. Gee willikers. What? What else did I put in this build? I don't honestly remember. I don't remember what the last one was supposed to be. I mean, Bond doesn't make sense. A lot of these don't make sense. I lost the plot. That's not the correct build. I had something else I wanted to put in there. I can't remember what. Play Among Us. Nah, that game's washed. It's so boring. After all I've done? What do you mean? Play Peak? I do own Peak. I never tried it. I'd be willing to do Peak, but that would be a game that I would play more for, like, chat's sake than my own. Like, if I was comparing Peak and Arc Raiders, I'd rather play Arc Raiders than Peak. Class-based shooters are overplayed. It's funny because they, like, they didn't really seem to exist outside of TF2 for a while. And then it's like they just became so overwashed over time. They got overwatched. They were rivaled only by marvels. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. He's got the thing. I should have went out that door. Uh-oh. Huh. Dude, the sound of the pipe winding up is crazy. Wow, we really got no pallets over here. Oh. The pipe wind up is crazy. 3 easy, my cat. Good job, kitty. What's your cat's name? Have we met your cat? Dang it. I feel bad. I can't even remember Solarius's cat name. I know XYT's is Char. Mars? I like that. I'll play Overflop when they give Baptiste and Hazard more revealing skins. Hey, yo. Okay. Are we there yet? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not like super hype on friend slop. I'm not against it, but it's not something I would immediately run to. I would play friend slop 100% more for chat than for myself. She did a good checkup. Oh, Whitney. That's right. Where's the hook? Am I insane? Where's the hook? Oh. Oh, it was in that like awkward place where they were like technically visible, but so far away that you can't really easily see them. My godmother's cat is Black Kitty. Just gave up on making names. Could have been Shadow. Black cat. Ooh, we're getting like bonus kindred value technically, open-handed. I think that boosts the killer aura range too. Pretty sure. Uh-oh, he's angry. Bro gave up that chase for that? To go after the person who's already injured? I'm dead. I didn't need to do what I did, but I did it. This man is aggressive. Get him. Get him. Bro. This man is committed to map pressure. It's insane. You gotta pick me now, brother. Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault. Bro's the map pressure champion of 84. Okay, another one second, I gotta keep playing the game, but I want to keep doing polls. feel like this guy might be a go back to hook Gary. I want to set this pole up, but I feel his presence coming soon, TM. Okay, next poll is, would you rather watch, just pure curiosity, I'm not saying we're switching to one of these. Would you rather, oh god, dude. Bro, why would he come exactly to me? Why does that even make sense? You piece of garbage. Brother, while I'm trying to set up a pole. You freak. Such a butthole. Would you rather watch Marvel Rivals or Arc Raiders? And I'm just talking about watching. I'm not talking about playing, and I'm not suggesting that I'm going to play either. But pure curiosity, do you find... Wow, there's a hook there. Why did you not just take me in the first place? Do you find Marvel Rivals or Arc Raiders more interesting to watch on stream? What kind of games are you feeling? It's nothing in particular, honestly. Oh wait, did the poll go up? Why did the poll not go up? Hello? What? Dude. I know I'm actively playing a game, but this game is annoying me right now. This game is just annoying me, bro. Frankly. Why do we have the option to abandon right now? Is it just like a certain time limit? Dude. The poll is already active. What do you mean? Why can't I see it? Do you guys see the poll? Oh my god, brother! Frick off, bro. It's 2-3 in favor of art. Why can't I see it? That's so weird. So people would rather watch Arc than Marvel Rivals? Really? I'm surprised by that, actually. I think I would find Marvel Rivals more interesting to watch than Arc Raiders. I mean, I'd probably still watch Dead by Daylight over either of those. You had to refresh. Maybe I need to, too. Let me refresh chat and see if it pops. Oh yeah, now it's there. I had to refresh. That's so weird. Yeah, more people saying art. Really? I'm surprised by that, actually. Hero shooters bore me. That's fair. Oh, I should have just committed. What? I call worth. I call Worth. He's not gonna hook me. He's trying to get the slug down. Marvel Rivals just a mess to look at. Oh, that's fair. Rivals hurts my eyes. That's fair. I get that. I think Marvel Rivals is probably on the same level. Actually, League of Legends would be worse, but it's like a similar situation to League of Legends. Where when I watch Marvel Rivals, I don't really know what's going on. There's just like a bunch of stuff happening, but League is exactly like that. It's just like constant, like, what the frick is going on, dude? It's a bunch of like, huh, what are we talking about? And then like, what do the items mean? What are these abilities? What's happening on the map? Just a whole batch of confusion. Bro, am I insane, or is this guy a freak? Like, what are you doing, brother? What is the strat? You're trying to 4-minute slug me. Slugged her for the majority of her existence. Like, what is the play? Well, I'm gonna die on the ground. Maybe not. I probably will eventually, though. Marvel Rivals hurts my eyes. Yeah, but you play Overwatch? That is kind of crazy. I mean, I guess Overwatch is technically different because it's like first person, but like, I don't know. The only thing that would have gotten me back into playing Overwatch would have been if Overwatch 2 actually came with PvE content. And I'm not saying I like 100% would have been into it, but like I would have maybe at least like considered looking into it if they added the PvE stuff. And maybe that would like almost convince me to play the PvP again at some point. I doubt it, but you know. But like, with what Overwatch 2 has become, like, I would never get anywhere near that game. All that healing, you only got 2 autodidact stacks, feels bad. Dang, I didn't expect Marvel Rivals to lose that hard though. Then again, I can't say I'm the absolute master of what is interesting to watch on the stream. You guys would definitely say watching a horror game playthrough would be more interesting than Marvel Rivals. I know that, based on what I've seen. I think you guys would vote horror games over Arc Raiders too. I just don't, I don't want to play another horror game right now. Because regardless if it's good or if it's slop, it's going to end up on my main YouTube channel. And I just don't feel like, I'm trying to limit the amount of stuff that I have in my bank to edit on YouTube at the moment. Is it crazy for me to suggest that Soul Survivor should maybe have stacks? like the stack should contribute to you opening the door faster, even if you're not the sole survivor in that instant. Am I crazy for suggesting that? Oh yeah, I love Clover Pit. Clover Pit's really good. Clover Pit was so fun. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I straight up did not have any variety planned for tonight. Mostly because usually I would do like choose your own adventure at this point, or I probably would have started it by like 9. You know, if people wanted to move on. But for this week in particular, I just don't want to play another horror game quite yet because it'll end up giving me more of a backlog of stuff to edit. And I'd rather not do that. Dang, so Legion said earlier that they have 800 hours on Fallout 4. I only have a measly 383. Pathetic. Whoa, Fallout 76, 590. 590 on Fallout 76. I think Fallout 76 is the most hours I have in any Fallout game. Some will cringe. Some will cringe. Auto should guarantee the first stack after 12 seconds of healing. Yeah. Honestly. I've kind of thought that, like, it should just guarantee, like, maybe have, like, a slightly higher percentage in general. Dude, I literally don't know who or what to play right now, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do it. An old school Champ of Light build. Oh, Flapjack, do you want to rejoin? Lame Tart is giving up the spot. Flappy Jackie. I don't know what you were doing the other day, but I was lurking in Farmer John's chat and you were harassing him. You're such a piece of garbage, man. Leave John alone. I'll knife fight you in the streets, but not with like a real knife. It would be like one of those switchblades that you flick it out and it's just a comb. I catch you in the street and I'm like, I saw what you did. I saw what you did. And I flip it out and I just like comb my hair. And next time I'll look even prettier. You piece of shit. Bro, I legit, I don't know. Champ of Light it is. I'm back. I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything this whole night, Michael? Oh, you said you were gonna go chill or something. If the perk is Soul Survivor, would you get bonuses from it when other people are alive? It kind of defeats the name. I mean, that's true, but you do get bonuses from it while people are still alive. It blocks the aura reading range of the killer based on stacks. I don't know. I'm not asking for like 50% action speed on the exit gate. Is not something I'm advocating for, but I wouldn't mind like maybe like, you know, enough to make the bar yellow. Like 5% faster gate opening per survivor that's dead. I feel like that's not unreasonable. 10% is not going to make a massive change in the grand scheme of things. You're literally talking about like close to what resilience is, you know? Like, that's definitely not massive. And there's not really anybody who's like, dude, resilience cannot open gates faster. That's crazy. In my defense, he was asking for it. Okay, dude. Oh, guys, let's finish up also. I'm gonna keep yapping about perk balance. Because I can. I like Fallout better when it's isometric. Oh yeah, I honestly, I loved Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. But now it would be hard for me to go back to those versions of the game. You gotta do Alan Wake 1 and 2. Those wouldn't happen for a really long time, because, bro, I gotta edit the other stuff that's already there. And that eats up a massive chunk of my free time. Also, who even asked? Who even asked for these other gameplays? Is anybody begging for me to spend 15 hours editing a Fear Made Flesh playthrough? No. Not a single soul is asking for that. But I'm doing it anyways. Most would argue just throw it up on the YouTube channel for the 1 to 2 people who want to see it. Don't edit it. Blah, blah, blah. Tough. Fear Made Flesh was awesome. I really liked that game. I also really liked Chronos. I really want to have the full Chronos, but I also want to edit that. It's like, depending on how much I enjoyed the game, it makes me want to have like a more edited and more presentable package for it. Even if, realistically, we're talking about a maximum of 5 people would ever even care about what we're talking about, you know? It's like a hard maximum of 5 people would be like, dude, I'm glad that you put up the Chronos New Dawn playthrough, and the fact you edit it matters to me. But I'm insane enough that I would do that. Okay, so, okay, this is the last bit of my suggestion for, Survivor perk changes. Low profile, I think right now is 90 seconds. Is it 90 seconds? Yeah, right now it's 90 seconds. It does almost as much as elusive does. This might be crazy, but I think it should give you full elusive, so everything it does right now, plus no aura reading for 2 minutes instead of 90. Because I don't think I've ever seen anyone run low profile unless it was forced on them in Chaos Shuffle. So maybe if it got those 2 buffs, people would actually run it. Who knows? Maybe not. Next one, Premonition. Barely gets used at all. My suggestion was it could have a small action speed increase for 3 seconds on activation, similar to Object of Obsession. Premonition, I think, only activates every 45 seconds, maybe 30 at the most. So this would not be a massive change. I would even say that with that change, you could make it affect vault speed. And who actually cares? Because it would happen and give you maybe a 3% bonus for a few seconds. So if you can actually time that perfectly and get a 3% faster vault, that's going to be meaningless in like 1 out of 15 vaults. And maybe in 1, you could be like, dude, I actually timed that right. Premonition isn't completely useless. You know, but most of the time it wouldn't be, because like it would activate, it activates through walls and stuff, and you know. But like nobody uses Premonition, and just a slight bit of something so you don't feel completely garbage when you run it wouldn't be the worst. I don't really like this killer, but I kind of like the bass guitar a little bit, man. Depending on the day. Depending on the day, it might scratch the brain in just the correct manner. Layer's hilarious. Low profile is worthless. I think you could buff it to 2 minutes, make it elusive, hide auras and everything else for 2 minutes in the end game. It's not gonna be insane, but it'll get you enough value that it'll be okay in certain situations, and it wouldn't be completely useless to run. God, dude, French to the end. He's coming that way. I don't know what else to say. It's not really like a good way for me to loop away either. I feel like there's better options for the ghoul. I'm running friends till the end. Wow, you still get that. Coming through. Coming through. Low profile seems very ratty. I mean, it only affects the end game. Being end game dependent and only activating, even for 2 minutes, is still, I think, not that big of a deal. What are we playing next? I don't have any thoughts on what to play next. There might not be a next unless people are begging for it. Okay, Repressed Alliance. This might be one that people won't like. Because this would need to be like balanced correctly to work, and I don't know what the exact numbers would be to make it actually balanced. But hear me out. Because like this would be one, like if they did something like this, they'd have to test it on the PTB and feel it out to see what it needs to be. I think Repressed Alliance, since it's really pretty useless now, it was like introduced as like a way to like stop Pop Goes the Weasel, basically, when that was like more popular. But right now it's like, who wants to block their own gen for 30 seconds? Like it's a troll perk, let's be real. So my suggestion, let me see, this is just one thought, is that it should take longer to charge. However, when it's used, the generator not only blocks regression and blocks the killer's ability to kick it, it also powers the gen by 5%. But in at least this version that I have in my notes, it takes 90 seconds to even charge it up, which means I think that's the amount that you'd have to power a full gen, I think, to be able to get that. And it would be powerful, but it's also like very specific scenarios where that's actually going to get you, you know, confirmed value. In a lot of cases, it would probably just get wasted, but it makes it actually not a complete garbage perk. Bro, how many of these do you have, brother? Oh, God. So you're saying it didn't work? You're saying my ultimate strat didn't work? There's actually no pallet out here. Just leave? I walked to the store. Did you ever have your root beer float? It sounded amazing. I was really hyped for you to drink that float. I don't think I should work on this, but don't really feel like going to the middle of the map again. well. City boy! You mean shitty boys? Any shitty boys fans in chat? It's not me. I was never here. Oh. Oh, he thought about it. He considered it. He considered it. Oh, he's too smart. Can I please play again? Sure. People would end up using it for the last 4 or 5% of the gen. That's true and valid, but that would actually be the exact reason. You'd have to power up an entire other gen to even get repressed activated in this case. And then yes, you could use it technically to guarantee getting the last 5% of a gen completed. But you could also argue, so does Invocation Spiders, whatever, you know? That Invocation also does that. BMP also shaves off the last 10%. Or you can just like, just pick up. Brother, just pick up. It's not gonna hurt you, bro. Just pick up. Or you could legitimately just save a toolbox, save the last, you know, whatever charges of a toolbox, and very easily power through 5%. Like 5% is not as massive as it might sound. It's just enough to give a little baby boo boo gaga amount of charge. So I don't really think that change to repress would be bad. You got some good perks. Bro, this is not Chaos Shuffle. Alright, gosh, you can hop in. He thinks it's Chaos Shuffle. Are you crazy? Ooh, run an invocation perk. Build. That's not pizza build. Gaj? Gaji? Gaj? Gaji? Gagioso. Gosh. One second, Flapjack. This one. Bro, you're not even... He was just asking like a few seconds ago, and you know he's like passed out on his sofa now. He's like out for the night. Yeah, this build's not good. Anyways, I think the repressed alliance thing would be fine as long as you make it so it has to... Oh, this would be interesting. Well, no, I'd already not be doing that. Yeah, I don't think it would be that unreasonable as long as it's balanced properly. Which I think there's... It could be done pretty easily. There's nothing really else that goes with this. I mean, you could do this is not happening, but this is not happening is not that good, brother. Wait, does no mither completely... Oh yeah, it does. It completely prevents grunts of pain and pools of blood. Okay, cool. So it's better, at least in this build, to run than like Iron Will. For this specific... Okay, alright, again, not many of you care, but I like talking about this stuff. And again, it might be a video at some point, so if you really if you're really into this or you're really bored, then you may see it or hear it again at some point. Road life. Right now it takes 3 great skill checks on a generator to activate. I think it should only, sorry, it takes 4 to activate. I think it should only take 3, and it shouldn't lose any stacks from missed skill checks. Or you could stick with it at 4 and make it just any kind of skill checks, and that would be fine. But it requires too much to get going right now. It's just not worth the time investment to get out of it, what it gives you. I mean, it's not terrible. The 100% healing bonus is nice, but that healing bonus can get interrupted, and 4 straight great skill checks on a generator to get there is crazy. That's just such a waste. Hold on, SpongeBob's gotta, he's pulling it out and he's doing it. We gotta let him just... We gotta just let him do it. He's gonna keep doing it. How many more does he have in him? He's doing it. Is he done? Okay, he finished. Flapjack, thank you for the prime. I appreciate you. World life was cool in the PTB. I don't remember the PTB. I don't remember what it did. It's pretty trash now, though. Oh, I think this is a good idea. I mean, there's a lot of perks that I feel like it's just, literally all I'm saying is like a slight little nibble of something to make them feel a little bit better. Rookie Spirit, right now, you hit some skill checks and then it shows the auras of gens that are regressing. My only suggestion is that the this perk then makes it so if you work on a gen that's already regressing, that you get a little taste of faster gen speed for like 10 to 15 seconds. Literally just enough to help you get it back to the point where it's not regressing anymore. So you have like kind of this incentive to actually, you know, use the perk for what it's intended. So like, yeah, 3 to 5% maybe of working faster on a gen that was regressing for 10 to 15 seconds maybe. Just a little baby bit of something. I don't think they're here, but if they are, they're hard trolling, brother. I need to go in the basement. Why would you do that? Thank God my volume wasn't on my TV. Bro, what? Oh my God. I just want to go in the basement. I just want to be in the basement. That's it. Oh, brother, where art thou? Hey, you never know. Maybe the basement's down here. That'd be sick. I'm back. I was pooping on my toilet. Pooping on your toilet? As opposed to in, Gaji? It goes in, not on. Inside, not on side. What's up, chef? Do you like my red hair, Nia? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it yet, but when I see it, I'll see it. There it is. Looks good to me, pal. would you run that perk with a... do you mean repressed? I probably would very situationally run that version of repressed. But the thing is, I don't want to turn any of these perks into something that's broken. I'm only suggesting something to make them usable enough that people would maybe slip them into a build every once in a while. You know, when they get bored with something else, they can say, hey, I did this instead. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Rookie Spirit would be good. Like, give it a little bit of a boost for what it's actually supposed to be doing anyways. You know, a little bit of faster progression on regressing gens for a little bit. Dude, I'm excited for the new chapter. Also, I think resilience should apply to, invocations. Is that too busted? I don't feel like that's a big, like a crazy idea, personally. No heal? Michael, you go that way, I go this way. I feel like 11 would be good with running potential energy. By the way, I don't know why I didn't have potential energy written down in here. Potential energy is one that I think needs to change for it to actually be usable. I think I can get this save in time. We played it a little close. We did play it a little close. And you should poop it. Yes, make sure to add that part. You should poop in the toilet, not on it. In. Gaji, in. Not on. I'm too high to learn things, not gonna lie. Well, you have to learn this. Or go sleep in a bathtub, because if you're just gonna poop on stuff, when you very specifically need to poop in toilets, you can just do whatever you want, man. I guess unless it's your house, and poop wherever you want. Free country, as they say. Anyways, enough about poop. Okay, so I need to add potential energy to this. My idea for potential energy, and maybe some of you would say that this is survivor bias and it's busted. My thought for potential energy is you need to be guaranteed to not lose every bit of your stacks when you get hit once. That's crazy, dude. So my suggestion for PE is I don't know if I can outrun this. I'm gonna go down. My suggestion for PE is that you only lose half of your stacks when you get hit. So there's layers to that one. Depending on how you feel about it. I gotta write this down because it's for me. So only lose half stacks. That could go one of two ways. You could say that you lose half of your stacks every time you get hit, or you could say you only lose half of your stacks when you actually get downed. I think you could do only half when you get hit, and it would be fine. You build up to 20 stacks, and you get hit once, it goes down to 10. You get hit again, and it goes down to 5. But you still have like a guarantee Like, oh, I still, you know, I still have 5% that I didn't waste like 30 seconds on a gen to get. Cause like, that just feels massively butt cheeks. To spend that long not doing anything on a gen and then just lose everything because you get... Like, imagine if you're doing that against a Legion. You know? Or a Ghoul. You spend like 30 seconds on a gen to build up all your stacks and then just get the freest hit of all time on you. I feel terrible. So, I think that could be changed. Where you're still getting punished for getting injured, but it's not as bad. Then teamwork, collective stealth. I don't think... I talked about this earlier. That's why I think I brought this whole list up. Oh, and he's probably going to be coming to me, right? It's invocation. It's not bad. I actually could have just gotten in that locker. Would have never known. See, he's checking lockers, so. Somebody's a little sneaky. Somebody's a little sneaky. W takes, thank you. I think you're the only one who's liked my idea so far. Again, I'm not, even though I mostly only play Survivor now, I'm not trying to make things busted. I'm just thinking about all these perks. Like, everything on this list, I would just never run, even as a goof, because it's just pointless. Like, as they are right now, there's nothing about them that makes them better than another perk, or more interesting, or more fun. The way that they currently work. Every single one of them could change. Would need to change to actually have a reason to run them, more or less. Okay, so teamwork, collective stealth. You would no longer be required to remain within range of the survivor after getting, I can't even remember how it activates, after getting healed or healing the other survivor. Basically, you activate it and you can both run away from each other. And instead of needing to stay within the radius of each other to maintain the scratch marks thing, which you can technically do indefinitely, instead you both just get like stealthiness for 30 seconds. Okay. Let me get out of the door. I think in my notes I wrote down elusive. Boink. Boink. I think in my notes I wrote down elusive. I think there's a lot of things that list a lot of stuff when it should just be elusive. I think you could argue potentially, I don't know that it really needs it, but you could potentially argue that distortion needs elusive. We don't have a door 99 yet, do we? I don't think we do. Okay, so yeah, teamwork, collective stealth, no longer required to remain within range. Instead, for 30 seconds, both players who are in that healing interaction would get 30 seconds of elusive, which you could modify that, obviously, if that's too strong. But basically 30 seconds where both are not leaving scratch marks not making grunts of pain, which shouldn't matter anyways, but it would be active, and are not revealing their auras. But then you're not required to like run by each other, which is just absurd. Like 2 people running together within 12 meters of each other just so that they don't have scratch marks anymore. It's just so, it's so dumb. It's so pointless. You could also argue that that could be applied to distortion to just give it full elusive rather than whatever it does now. Just because it would be more simplified to understand. And I think it doesn't do one of those things right now. Like it might not cover up grunts of pain. I'm not really sure. Teamwork toughen up. That's the one that if another survivor gets a pallet stun, I think. What the frick does that even do? It's not good. I tested it and tried to make it work. I like made a complete build for it and it wasn't good. But I have to read what it does. Is anybody trying to... Oh wait, Gaji's trying to get in, right? Are you actually here? Gaji's just talking about your dog. Gaji, yeah, open up the lobby for you, buddy. This is your time. Okay. Now anybody who wants to rejoin is welcome to rejoin too. Teamwork toughen up. When another survivor pallet stuns or blinds a killer while you're injured within 24 meters. Yes, the only thing I said with this is, at least for right now, you should expand the range to 32 meters and make the full effects elusive. So just make it block auras too. This honestly doesn't really happen, that like it just doesn't trigger very often anyways, so I don't think it would make a big difference if you had those activations anyways.
Kinda takes
but
you back, doesn't it?
Sorry? Oh, cause Chris Redfield or Leon? I don't know which. But cool. Love that for you. Okay. Technician. Reduce. What is it right now? It's something atrocious. Technician, the fact that it's you even lose progress when it's called technician, it doesn't make sense that you mess up and you mess up worse than somebody who isn't a technician. Doesn't make sense. But all I'm asking for is that instead of it being 3%, maybe we try it goes down to 2% of progress loss for missing a skill check, and also reduce the sounds of repairing a gen by 12% and reduce the overall generator sounds. I don't know how you adjust that, but reduce it by, like, let's say 5%. So overall, the sounds of people working on the gen and the sounds of how powered the gen is reduced as long as there is a person with technician working on it. Is anyone still going to run it? Probably no. But it's nudging it just slightly in the better direction where somebody might run it. And then the last one I have is Visionary, which is just, it's just boring as toast with no butter. But for Visionary, I say while the perk is active, a certain gen will be highlighted, which the survivor will have 3% increased action speed on. And for those who don't know, Visionary deactivates every time a gen is completed, so then it would reactivate with a new generator after every time a gen's completed. So you'll always see a special generator with a slightly increased you know, gen speed on it. Now, that is very similar to Deja Vu, and you could argue, hey, Deja Vu is going to be better than that anyways. Sure, that's fine. Mess with the numbers if you need to, but Visionary literally doesn't do anything except point you exactly to where gens are, and that's so useless. So it's got to do something else. And so that's just a little bit of something. One special gen you can go to that does a little bit something extra. You know? Maybe you can't, maybe it's, you have a bigger chance to hit great skill checks. A slightly, like a, this is not happening size great skill check if you're on that one specific gen. Or maybe that's too much. I don't know. But it's gotta do something. I like what you're saying. I like you, Gaji. Stop. I think having bad perks is fine. It helps players realize what perks are good and it makes it easier to keep power creep in line. I mean, that's fair, but like, I think my only thought is that the Stranger Things perks, in my opinion, the Stranger Things perks is the best, most consistent, hello. Okay, sorry, my audio mixer fell off my desk. That's annoying. Very cool. I can't hear anything right now. Oh, my audio's still not working. You guys can hear me, but I can't hear anything. So, yeah, my entire like audio mixer just like fell off my desk. So, let's see if I'm gonna get to hear sounds. Oh God. Nope. Nope. Can't hear anything. Oh, hold on. Okay, it's spotty, but it's there. Okay, it's literally only coming through one side of my headset, but it's better than nothing. Behavior, pay Yerv, please. They don't have to pay me anything. I'll put out a video, and if they like any of the ideas, they can literally copy paste them. And the good thing about my ideas also is they can put them on a PTB, and if the ideas seem bad on the PTB, then just don't do them. I'm not like hard stuck on anything. Oh God. I like messed up the cord of my headset now. This is so annoying. God, this is so annoying. Oh my God, man. Great. Okay, I might have to order a new headset after this. Alright, have a good one, Michael. All because my cords got... Dude, now it's like... The cord is barely staying in my mixer, even. God. I might have messed up the mixer itself. That sucks. Okay, we're dead. Yeah, it's literally like constantly popping out of the mixer. Oh, this is so bad. I really hope I didn't break this thing, man. I can't afford to replace another mixer, bro. I mean, I can, but like it sucks ass. These things are so expensive. Have a good one, Butnote. I'm gonna try something in a second. See if it's... I'm hoping it's just the headset that's messed up. Surely she doesn't hear this and come back downstairs. You guys hear both left and right though, right? Of the audio? You should be fine. It shouldn't be panned left or right. What? How did she not see me? Okay, that's crazy. Value. Tell my story. I will remember you. Wait, Gaji, since you're here, can you... Do you hear the stream out of both left and right speakers? Oh, that sucks. She kicks the gen. You do? Audio's fine. Okay. There's something wrong with either the... There's something wrong with either the audio port, like the headphone audio port on my mixer, or there's something wrong with my headset. I'm hoping it's my headset. So if it's my headset, that's something that's like replaceable for like 30 bucks. If it's my mixer, that's a little bit more expensive. It's about 10 or 11 times more expensive. Should I P100 Creel or Dustin? Do you even play that much Killer? I mean, if you play enough Killer, Creel's worth it. Juked. Insane jukes. I mean, insane level jukes. I'm actually getting value out of this build. It's crazy. I was only gonna do it if there's a Mr. What's-It skin. You do what now? For who? I don't know how I didn't realize that I haven't used my toolbox at all this game. Not that it would have mattered a lot, but... What caused that? Is that friends till the end? I didn't see it proc. I didn't see it proc. The suit Fedora Creel. Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay, this is a major bummer. Okay, I'm not gonna roll the lobby. I'm gonna BRB 1 second, see if I can test out a second set of headphones and see if it's whether it's my headphones or the mixer that's doing wrong. You too, Michael. Have a good one. Is everything okay? Oh my god. Are you okay, buddy? Yeah, it's either my headset or my mixer is broken on one side of the audio. So anyways, we'll queue up, I'll check it, and then yeah, we'll see. We'll go from there. Like and subscribe. That's right, Michael. You tell them. 'Yeah, it's a mixer issue. The headphone input is just worked right now. That sucks. That really sucks. One second, I'm gonna try to reboot this thing. Ah, man. This sucks, dude. Yeah, it's just borked right now. Yeah, there's sound for you guys. It's just messed up on my end. Fortunately. Yeah. Oh well. That's what it is. Alright, well, if this is the case, I think this is going to be my last game, and then I'll probably hop off and see if there's anything I can do to resolve the technical issues. I know that's not causing a problem for you guys, but I can only hear the right side of any headphones that I have attached to this thing, which is pretty distracting to me. So, yeah, I'll see if I can get that figured out. I hope I don't have to order another mixer, because that would really suck, but we'll see. Oh, I gotta work on the indication. But yeah, I'm glad at the very least you guys are getting sound. That's a positive overall. We'll take what we can get. But even something simple like, you know, like being able to tell where a killer is like a bit more difficult when you only hear one sound of your headset, or one side rather. Let me see what happens. Right. This is... Oh crap. Dude. Frick me, dude. Don't come down here, man. That's actually not bad. Is the sound still okay for you guys? Wait, you guys are not hearing game audio now, are you? You guys are not getting game audio, I don't think. If I do that. Don't come down here, man. Hold on, I might be able to fix this. Doctor, just stay up there, man. Just stay up there, man. Okay, what if I do... What if I do this? Okay, how does that sound game audio wise? I might have to turn that down a little bit. Can you guys hear the game audio, and does it sound relatively normal to you guys? Is it too loud? It's close, it's like close to where my mic is now. I need to turn it down there. Yeah, is anybody able to help me identify the balance of the audio right now? Does it sound like as good as it did before is really what I'm curious about. It sounds great. Okay, that's good. For me, it's not quite as good as it was in the mixer, but I'm getting both left and right channels, so you know, I'll take it. I can hear, if you guys can hear too, that's all we need. You sound on my end? What do you mean you sound? Good, bad? Is the also is like the balance of the game? You sound fine. Okay. Is the balance of the game, did it get like louder? Because it's coming through my headphone input right now instead of the mixer, so it's like a different balance, I want to say. This sounds okay to me, though. I do need to check something. I'm looking for my TV, so I can't tell anything, but it sounds totally fine from a single speaker. That's not help? No, I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate any help, because... yeah, this is a very sudden and unfortunate tech issue that is totally my fault. It's literally because... ironically, it's because of where the mixer is positioned. It just ends up like my headset gets trapped under my computer chair a lot. Oh, that's awkward. I didn't know he had that. My bad. It gets caught under my computer chair, and then that's how it ended up getting like ripped off. Is I like scooted my computer chair backwards a little bit, and it ripped the entire mixer off of this table and screwed up the headphone jack. Unfortunately. Did he notice that? He knows I'm here. I'm under pallet. Just kidding. I'm under pallet, dude. I'm under the pallet, dude. Nice one. Nice save, Scooter. You got him. Oh, that still hits! No way, I know it greeted, but like, come on now. The crash of your headphones made me think I was dropping something. That's funny that you heard it though. Yeah, sorry about all that. Oh, you're insane! You're actually insane! You're cooking! Sabo God! Like and subscribe! Raffle Flapjack! On Twitch! Gaji, I heal myself faster, buddy. I'm no mither. Gaji, it's faster if I do it. Unironically. Oh, you look so dejected. I'm sorry. But I wanted to pick you up. I'm sorry, buddy. I think it's actually just faster if I recover on my own. Okay, guys, just, if anything does start to sound oofy goofy about the audio, you just let me know. Did somebody say ookie dookie? Ooh, look at that invocation value, dude. Crazy. The team contributions are actually insane, dude. Yeah, this is fine for me right now, at least. Just good. The only thing I'm like curious about is if the game audio, the game audio looks like it's peaking almost as high, or at some points maybe higher than my microphone. And I gotta keep my yapping to a max. Well, I just, you know, I need the game to not be louder than me, ideally. head on. Oh, I'm dead. Head on. Did I do good? You did great, gosh. You're one of the best. Never forget. I'm running trauma 13. Oh, look at his aura, dude. Are you still getting off? Yeah, I'm coming. Wait, sorry, what were you talking about? No, I can keep playing. It's actually probably in my best interest to play a little bit longer so I can just make sure that audio things are okay. There's some other things I need to test to make sure everything's like balanced for the stream. On DVD? Oh, my bad. My bad, dude. Dude, that's my bad. My bad, dude. Yes. No. You're coming too? To the Swift? I ordered Mackey's. Nice. What'd you get from Mackey's? I gotta make my float. I love that for you, buddy. Simole? That sounds like somebody's first name. It's in my shed. Hey, yo, what? What are you doing in your shed? It's in my shed. I gotta go get my milkshake. It's inside my shed, where I keep all my tools. Oh, Simple, not Simole. I was like, who's Simole? I haven't met her. She your friend? She come to the stream? Oh yeah, that's not obvious exactly where I am. Well, the image popping up right next to me definitely doesn't help. You didn't notice. Oh, he's coming back. I'm dead. Dog? Douche. And I'll be right back here. Oh, I'm dead. I keep thinking I'm hearing it, but I'm not. I swear, I keep thinking I'm hearing it. I don't make this. I don't know where it was. Okay, so what I need to do now is let's shut down the DVD stream on YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. You're the best. I love all of you. If you want to hang out, I'm over on